Before I go into more details, I'm going to go around the circle and we're just going to go in the order that they show up on my screen. And then we're going to, whoever I pick is going to choose who to pass it to. So, Phil, you're up first. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Phil Keeling, he, him, and I'm the host of Meet Your Makers for the Onyx Path Twitch channel and uh, Pixelit podcast. I forgot the name of my podcast. I've been working on it for 3 years, man. We are the best podcast about video game novelizations because we are the only podcast about video game novelizations. And when you tie it up like that, you can't be beat. And I'm going to be playing Ace. So, Minty, you want to go from there?
Sure can. Hello, everyone. I'm Minty Bow, they, Annie, and today I will be playing Zephyr for you all. And I'm going to keep that mysterious and pass this on to Heather. Why don't you tell us about who you are?
Hi, everybody. I am Heather Ashcraft, better known as Valley Girl Heathers from Valley Girl Designs. And I am an RPG freelancer, creator, designer, all the hats that you can think of. Been there, generally done that, except artist, because you don't want to see my drawings. I am the co-owner and COO of a very small independent RPG company called Pick Up and Go Games. I am also one half of the dynamic duo of Geeks Unplugged. We talk about retro video games, hunting, collecting, playing, you name it. And I am also, among other playthings, an AP actor. I usually am here either on Onyx Path. A lot of times you'll see me on Old Ways Podcast or on Symphony Entertainment. And right now I am gearing up in just a few days to head out to the wilds of Columbus, Ohio for Origins, where I'll be running games once again with some of my favorite people on the planet, Lurking Fears, running some of my own scenarios and hanging out and saying hello. So from here, I am going to turn this over to at least what I'm seeing this way, and I'm going to turn it over to Crystal.
Hello, I'm Crystal Mazer, she, her mix. I am going to be playing Sybil Hale. I am a RPG writer and developer. I am the lead developer for Third Eye Games for Pip System. I am also a co-host for Darker Days Radio, and I will also be in Origins next week, or this coming week, actually. So maybe we will run into each other.
I hope so. That'd be great.
All right, and then I'm going to pass it on to Jax.
Hi. I'm Jacqueline Brick, Jax Romana, Jacqueline Never Jackie. You can find me on most social media as Rufflejax. I am a writer, editor, art director sometimes, doer of things with tabletop games. I'm the English language editor for Cult Divinity Lost. I have also written on a whole bunch of Chronicles of Darkness, World of Darkness, Exalted, a little bit of They Came From. I've been working with Onyx Path as a freelancer since 2017, and I'm very happy to be here. And I will be playing Mirabelle, who is a bunny girl with a bad attitude. And is it Phil? Is Phil was the last one?
Nope.
Or did we already do Phil?
We've done Phil. I believe it is back to me.
I believe so, yes.
Thank you. All right, thank you, everyone. So for those unfamiliar, StoryPath Ultra is the latest and greatest system from Onyx Path Publishing. If you are familiar with Trinity, Scion, or They Came From, it is a kind of an evolution of the system used in that game. If you are not familiar with that system, then Chronicles of Darkness, World of Darkness, Exalted, basically players are going to be rolling dice to resolve actions for their characters based off of attributes and skills. As far as the setting goes, At the Gates is a JRPG setting, the world of Gaia on the continent of Everend. There are 7 nations that make up this continent. There's been some success in Ordonia, the setting that this game takes place in, with a bounty of crops, and supplied most of the 7 nations with food in some sort of another. until recently, a magical blight has come over the land and is causing harm to the crops, the green valleys, the lush farms have all dwindled into a depressing gray brown, uh, just vacant landscape. We are beginning our story in this village of Golden Ball. Our characters are going to be setting out to forage for the upcoming festival. Green Grass Week is closely upon us. As a twist, one of the villagers, Hunter, had gone out several days ago and has gone missing. He has not returned. And this party has been asked by the town to seek them out.
And this is someone I know because I've lived in Golden Bow all my life.
Yes, you have. This is Tomas Leon, who is a skilled woods person. They were often, the ones that would bring back the, the prize meal for the village. They taught many hunters who have grown up in this area over the years.
Well, I like to think I have a pretty good idea of their roots
Mhm.
in the ways they go through the forest.
Yeah.
That-
You may have gone hunting with them once or twice before. We know that they left heading towards the northwest, closer towards the Capernite border, which is the nation north of where you're all at. There have been some rumors of hostilities in other towns and villages. Capernite raiders have come in some cases just taken over the villages. Times they came in, took what they wanted, and left. Golden Borough has not yet dealt with them directly.
No. Because we're too worried about provoking a war. Even though the Capernine killed my family. All right. Who wants to come on this path with me?
If you're going, I'm going.
Okay, fine.
Like,
Might as well.
There
Besides,
might be
never know what I can find.
there might be a little money in it. Let's see.
I want to come too. Yay, Zephyr's coming with. This will be fun.
Wait, hold. Can't say
Right,
no to that
Zephyr?
face. Yes, it's gonna be fun. Just stay close.
There is. Let's go.
Okay.
And make sure to bring plenty of delicious road treats and snacks and more snacks and as much as I can carry.
All right.
Can't leave all this at home. Need
right.
to make sure we have some. We never know what we're going to find on the road to eat, though I can probably find us some, some suitable like vegetation and stuff to eat, but it's just not as good as some of the snacks. Wait, yeah.
Mirabelle thumps.
Surprisingly decent. And they'll just offer it on for the party as they pass it along.
oh yeah, Sybil will definitely be eaten along the way.
Ace will probably be tasting it, and if it's even halfway good, quietly trying to reverse engineer it in their head and figure out if this is something that would do well if it was sold, marketed even.
As you head out, Maribel knows the general direction and are able to get you through the blighted area. From there, as the come upon the woods, there's it's full of life. Streams and ponds are jumping with fish. There's visible berry bushes, mushrooms growing in the shade. If you needed to forage for any food, you can do so here. Now you're looking for Tomas. Can I have the first roll of the game? Either a survival or ranged combat, Maribel.
Yeah, I can give you a ranged combat.
Okay.
And that would be with dexterity, correct?
How would you go about using that as far as are for searching?
You asked
Yeah,
for
so
you asked for
you're
either survival or ranged
yeah.
combat. I'm happy to do survival.
Yeah. So you're looking for, so essentially you're looking for a path to
Yes.
find him. Are you looking, if you're doing a kind of investigation, looking for signs of clear broken
Yes.
twigs, or okay, looking for a track and roll. Then that might be cunning,
So survival and cunning.
survival and cunning, or range combat and cunning, whichever you prefer.
I did not know you could use ranged combat for that. That's exciting. My
For
ranged
this one,
combat
yeah.
my ranged combat is much higher than my survival.
All
So
right.
we'll go ahead and do that. So that is 3 successes.
All right. So you're able to find a path. You see tracks. You are familiar with this person enough to know kind of what the footprints you find match up. You can see kind of spots where they would have stopped and recognize them getting in stance in a position to kind of take aim at something. But they do continue on as you navigate through the trail.
All right.
All right.
Well, let's stop and forage first because we're doing several things at once.
I could do that. I'm sure I can find us something that's at least reasonably edible.
I didn't think I would sail to a whole new place just to go back to fishing, but I suppose I can do that as well.
You know what this group needs? Management. I'm happy to help guide us towards the right sort of places for foraging. You guys can handle that, and I'll just make sure that everything is put together. What?
Basket.
All right.
It's either a basket or help me tie a bowline.
Oh man, that's my dexterity.
Yeah,
This is
Zephyr,
just-
are we fishing
Hmm?
instead? We can fish it. We can fish. That's fine. I'm sure I can dig us up some worms for bait.
You don't always need worms. You need something a little shiny or just slightly resemble something they would eat. Some fish are smart, but for here, I doubt that. Very much so. It's like
Something
handing
shiny.
exactly, like the
Hmm.
keychain for a toddler.
I
And
resemble that remark.
I am specifically looking for fiddleheads.
Okay.
It is fiddlehead fern season. Let's go.
Okay. So we'll say that for the sake of convenience, that we're not going to run the games. There's a mini game for fishing in the rules for this for anybody who's
Oh,
interested.
That's
Of course
glorious.
there is.
So,
That's
uh, so, but for the sake of brevity, we're going to skip those rules for the moment, and we'll just say, give me 1d10 Zephyr.
Roger that. That is only a 4.
All right, you caught 2 fish. All right. And Mirabelle, you are able to find the plants you were looking for in reasonable amounts to carry without becoming burdensome or taking up too much space. Ace, your basket is full of plenty of food and found foraged items.
Okay.
As you go to continue on, people who have experience with carbonites, you are aware of how close you are to the border and how tense things are with that nation.
Mirabelle
As-
thumps.
There is a thick underbrush as the path continues. As you continue along this path, are you just kind of forging ahead and going on? Are you being cautious, trying not to make a lot of noise, or on the lookout for potential harm of any sort?
Definitely the latter.
Okay.
No,
No?
he's probably. I'm probably no. Me personally, Ace is probably delivering a half-assed speech about grind set and using the right using, he's still mad about foraging because he sees that as beneath him, and this is just not the right use of my skills. Like, I could have helped. I'm glad I helped. It could have gone better. So completely oblivious.
Mirabelle thumps.
And I tune him out because I'm so used to this. I've heard so many speeches growing up. So you actually might miss something important with that, but if there is, I'm sure somebody will tell me.
You're missing
Zeph-
everything important with me.
Zephyr's gonna engage. They just kind of look. All right. So, tell me, how much experience do you have out here in these woods, in these forests?
Who are
Me?
you talking to?
They're talking to Ace. They're deciding to engage.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
All good.
I think the thing about knowing the woods is actually knowing the woods. Have I spent a lot of time out here? No. Do I have a lot of research and thoughtful progression towards understanding these woods? Also, no. But the point is that I've got the right mindset. I'm here. I'm positive. And that's when good things happen. That's when good stuff happens.
I really do understand. Ace, just
Yeah.
come
Mm, mm,
being present and positive is amazing.
Mm.
I can find the same qualities in a fish, and I have 2 right here.
mhm, mhm.
Now, no one's stopping you from managing, but the problem is you need to know what you're managing. If I told someone to be here and be present, I could end up with a person, a fish, a deer, or a cannonball. But don't let me stop you from learning. In fact, the key to teaching is to first learn, and I think this is the perfect opportunity for you. And I would love to see that.
So you want me to learn about cannonballs? This is what I'm.
Here's 2
Elias,
pieces of string.
Elias is listening to this just
I'm gonna pull out one of my hunter traps. And I'm gonna hand it to Ace. I'm gonna be like, here's lesson number 1, don't lose a hand. Have fun. Go get some meat.
Oh, some meat. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. He does it. He's like kind of like folk, but he's not. This is what I was talking about with management, and just like this is not. It's
Mhm.
not that I can do these things. It's just that it's just better.
Have you ever set up a trap
Better used.
before?
I mean, mentally, in the
Oh, a mental trap. That's what you're stuck in
mental,
right now.
yeah, it's where are we?
I feel so at home. I feel so like I'm back at home listening to the debates between the politicians and the merchants and everything else. This is just somehow warming my heart. Like I feel so welcome to be in this type of energy. I'm just
Wait,
I'm
I'm
so
gonna-
relaxed right now.
I'm gonna take the trap back from Ace. I'm gonna be like, look, right now, we don't need a manager. What we need are active participants in doing the things that we need to get done. Management, not active, it's passive because you react to things.
When we need that sometimes. So you do need
No,
that sometimes.
not right now, you don't.
Well, just agree to disagree. And so but there's a very I have a ball. Perhaps you'd like to bounce it. Kind of.
Oh
Did
my.
you bring a ball with you that's taking up valuable space? But
It helps. It helps. There's a message behind it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Give me the ball.
I don't want to give you the ball.
But you told me to bounce it.
It's my ball. But he's like, it's like ironclad logic. So he's like,
You
shit.
told me to bounce the ball, and so I would like to bounce the ball.
Okay, here.
Okay. What type of ball is it?
It's like let's just say, yeah, like a little kind of rubber ball sort of thing, like about a tennis ball. Like let's think of
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay. I am going to sit here and talk with the ball, and I'm going to just like use it like a squish ball.
Mhm.
I have a pretty good strength. And so I'm gonna like squish it until it's like almost busting. I'm not gonna bust the ball, like squish it, but I'm gonna like really make it, it's inconsequential.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah. You're strong enough that you could do that without having to, your strength well enough that you can do that without having to worry about breaking it. Yeah.
cool. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna talk. Look, when we need someone like that, absolutely. But right now, we don't. And the agree to disagree is going to get you killed.
true.
Okay? I am going to be very upfront with you about this, in that if you talk yourself into a hole or get into issues, the way that you are acting now, most of us would not be excited to be having to dig you out of the hole.
I'd be
Okay?
excited to see you in the hole.
And so I don't, as someone who grew up where actions have consequences, and sometimes those consequences are you get hurt a lot. I'm going to tell you for your own good that you do not want to actively learn those lessons during this time.
Ace gets this look on his face like he's about to launch into another one of these tired, horrendous speeches, and then just kind of flushes and changes his mind. All right.
I'm doing this for your own good.
I know.
Okay?
Okay.
You have skills. That nobody
Yeah.
is denying that.
Yeah.
But right now, it's not managing us.
Okay.
Right now, your skills are stay alive, stay alert, and know, or when we need you to, step up.
Stay
And I'm
alive,
going
stay
to
alert, step up.
I'm going to have the ball squished in my hand and give it back to him so that he can feel just how much it's squished.
Okay, that's all right. That's pretty good.
On that
Okay.
note, I would like everyone to make
Yeah.
either a survival or an esoterica roll.
With which attribute?
Cunning is going to be the most likely
Cool.
attribute. But if you can give me a reason why another attribute for being alert and aware of your surroundings would work better, I'm fine with that.
Nope, I got one.
One. All right.
Nothing.
3.
3.
Three. Zephyr?
0.
0. Ace?
Bagel.
0. Thank you. All right. And I will need to know who did esoterica out of who got 3 and rolled esoterica, and who did 3 and rolled survival.
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 Esoterica,
Esoterica. All right.
which is a prime.
Yep.
Primary.
Elias, so you can kind of sense that there's something off magically. There's an otherworldly magic vibe in the air that you're picking up on. Sybil and Maribel, you're both able to kind of hear a kind of rustling in the woods.
I drop
Ah.
into a crouch immediately.
I pull out my axe.
I will just start. Something's here. Zephyr, Maribel, everybody, something's going on.
Yep.
And I would like to utilize my divine insight if I could.
Okay. So if you could just let everybody know what your divine insight does.
So, divine insight, whenever your character enters a new or unfamiliar location or a dangerous situation, you may ask your story guide up to 3 questions from the following list. There are 5 particular ones. The 5, what here is not as it seems? What have I not noticed? What should I be worried about? Is there anything here magical? And has a demon been summoned here recently?
Oh,
Wow, that
geez.
is oddly specific.
It is.
That's very specific.
It's like general, vague booking. Hello. So okay. So I would like to ask up to 3 questions of our
Yes.
story guide.
What questions would you like to
Fabulous.
ask?
I think I'll say that one for last. Okay. So what here is not as it seems? We'll start there. Or do you want me to ask
So-
all 3 of them
No,
all
no,
at
no,
once?
no. You can
Okay.
do one at a time. So what here is
Okay.
not as it seems. The water is, you're familiar. There's a certain, the water's cleaner than you would expect, even, coming from the mountain runoff from the, anything that was running off from snow melt from carbonite or anything that, natural springs. It just has this kind of cleaner essence to it. There's something more than water about it.
Like
If
it
that-
is like if it was like like modern day, like completely filtered through from like any possible contaminants or anything else.
Yeah.
Like
This is
yeah.
like water in a stream runs over dirt. It should have some, it's going to pick up some dirt from the riverbed, from the stream bed. This water is not doing that.
It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. And since my attention to the blight and the contamination of natural things, I would probably really pick up on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So question 2. What have I not noticed?
So while your group has been walking and talking through down this path, you haven't noticed that the kind of sounds of nature, there's not scampering of animals, there's no birds chirping in the air. That magical vibe that you received was the first time that you've encountered anything to give you an idea that the area of the forest that you're in is inhabited.
So I just realized that it is like unnaturally quiet or devoid of any type of like natural nature sounds.
Yeah.
Okay, that is weird. This is what I just keeping an eye on the wrong. Okay. Okay. Third question. Do I ask that one? Do I?
Yes. Do
Yes,
it.
I do. Okay. Has a demon been summoned here recently?
Well, that is an interesting question
It is.
because while you don't sense that a demon has been summoned, that the kind of magical residue that would be around from someone creating a gate and summoning a demon, there certainly is that magical vibe and that kind of offness that you feel. Reminds you of the type of magic and vibe that you would feel if around a gate. But this isn't a gate that has been summoned to bring a demon through. It's almost as if it's a naturally forming gate, which in itself is odd because that doesn't happen outside of Outlands, outside of areas that are kind of filled with this chaotic and unruly magic. So to have
So you're
one,
threatening me with a good time. I see how this is.
yes,
Because that's what I want. I want to
yep.
come in contact with Outland. With an Outland. I just wait a second. I should be scared. But I'm more excited than scared because this might be my chance to finally. Okay.
And are you sharing your discovery with the rest of the party?
You know what? As I figured that Elias doesn't really have much of an internal monologue.
Just gonna
It's
say that.
So
it's
Elias
all
has been
it's
talking this
all,
out amongst themselves for everyone
all
here.
yeah,
All right.
the totally external monologue. You know, they kind of get lost in their own passions and obsessions and things. So everything just kind of comes out and they probably don't even realize it until
All
they
right.
realize somebody's overheard because they mentioned something. Then they're like, what?
So
So-
while
So
this is happening and I'm realizing what Elias is doing, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts.
All right.
Because I think I have a fairly good understanding of the mental patterns of the people in this group. Like, not like deep and abiding, except for maybe with Sybil, but like I have a pretty good idea of what surface level thoughts or speeches in Elias's case might look like. So I'm gonna see if I can
Yeah.
detect any other thoughts in the area.
Yes, but they are not human thoughts. It is, and it is best you could pair it up would be with like it's like an animal's thought pattern, but this is not one that it's something that would be on the hunt, but it's not a hungry animal. This is an animal that seems to be looking for violence.
Cool. I take out my bow.
Based off of the description that Elias has been providing in their running commentary, both Sybil and Maribel are able to recognize that the sound that they heard was in the same general direction. And the path that they're on does lead into a clearing.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't sound specifically structured to lure us in at all, right, Elias?
Something that this natural wouldn't be like deliberate. And well, it could be because I mean you have things like, with those plants that like try to pretend and then they lure them in and it's nice and sweet and they go and then that's how they eat them. I mean, it could possibly be, but you generally don't hear about the natural. I mean, usually it's a summon thing, it's a magic thing, and people have to conjure it. But I mean, now it's just like it could
Elias,
be
it's
just a
not
natural thing.
hungry.
Well, you never know. I mean, I'm always hungry. Oh, speaking of
No,
hungry,
I know.
snack. But yeah, um, but I mean, it could be. I mean, depending what's making it, really. I mean, I'd have to see it more up close and if
Mirabelle
it's
thumps her
making
back
it.
foot twice.
So, yeah,
Well, her right
maybe.
foot. She doesn't have a back foot, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
By
It
the way,
it could be natural, but I've never heard of anything like that before.
anybody with survival 2 or higher, Elias has just described Malifaux, which is a because I am not as gifted with my tongue as the writers are with their words, I'm just going to say it is Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors on steroids.
None of us are as gifted with our tongue as Daniel Lausen.
Right.
Right.
Well,
That's the Onyx
That's
Path
a
after hours conversation.
challenge.
Get the kids out of the room.
Hey.
Well,
Hey.
That's
Mal-
escalating quickly.
the Malifaux are known to lurk in deep, damp, wet vegetative areas, but generally not this far north. They're more found in Inverness and in more swampier locations.
This, Elias, are you sure? Are you sure of all that? 100%.
Well, yeah, I mean, in my studies, I mean, when we were studying the blight, we had to actually learn how things were naturally and normally, because if we didn't know what they were normally, then how would we know that they were affected by the blight? So, yeah, I mean, I had to do the studies on that. And I'm pretty sure that somewhere in my readings and somewhere in my studies, I'm pretty sure I had that information. It was there somewhere. But yeah, I mean, I've never really been heard of anything, and I've never seen one because I mean, generally most people who see one don't really come back because they see it and then they're like, and then it's all just taken out. So yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I will make sure not to get in your way when we're looking at it. Just a clear line of sight between you and the Malifaux.
Or just counter
Okay.
offer. Why are we getting near it at all?
I second this question.
Well, I mean, look at that. I mean, do you hear any animals? I don't hear any animals. There's not any animals. And that water is very suspicious. So I really wouldn't eat that fish that we just like caught, even though it's
I
really
think we
pretty.
caught the fish in a different water.
Okay.
I think.
This
Because
would
that's a
be
blue-
this would be upstream
Oh,
from
okay.
where you caught the fish.
So if the water here is like not right, and that water is definitely not right. I mean, it's really attractive. It really I mean, anybody would really want that water because it's really nice and clean, but it's really unnaturally clean. And I would really kind of question it. And that blue throated guppy thing that you just like caught would probably be really delicious, but it might not be. And it might just be another trick to get us in there. And I think we really should figure out what's going on because it's obviously affecting this area. And
I take my bow and I smack
Yes.
the surface of the water with it.
Good idea.
It reacts as if any other water would. It just appears to be cleaner. even the that smacking sound has a nice crisp, it almost as it's
A crack to it,
yeah,
almost.
yeah.
That's
Hmm.
suspicious.
I'm going to take a sample of it. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to pull out of my bag probably a little vial of some kind. And I'm going
Actually,
to just,
Elias,
uh,
dumb question.
there's
can
no
we-
dumb questions, only dumb answers.
Can
But
you
even
try
then,
putting
there's
a
not dumb
snack
answers.
in the water first and see what happens?
You know, that might be okay because that's true. Because if anything's there, it might feed on it, and that might just happen to. Okay. And I toss I don't know, a little mini muffin into the
Ti-
water. Not my best work. It's okay.
So I am going to be I've never thrown a muffin into a water, so I don't know what the normal physics on this would be. So
It
we're gonna
kind of
pretend what
and,
I'm
like floats a little
yeah.
bit, and then depending on how
Yep.
fast the water's flowing,
Yeah.
it falls apart.
Yeah, we're gonna say what I'm about to say is the normal reaction up to a point. Initially, everything seems fine. The muffin hits the water. It does kind of absorb some of the water, so it does kind of puff up a little bit, and it starts flowing down the stream on top of the water. And then it kind of stops. It doesn't quite turn, but it starts moving against the stream.
What did you put in that?
Horrifying.
Oh, it's just your regular, ground grain flour, a couple of really very nice chicken eggs. I really like to do like with very good ingredients and a little
Zach,
of
I'm gonna
this and a little of
slowly,
that.
as Elias is talking, I'm gonna slowly follow this muffin upstream.
Okay.
So it's
As-
coming
get-
back towards us.
Yeah.
Elias is
I'm gonna-
given the whole recipe. Just
As Elias is talking, Zephyr's gonna go to the water to stare, and they're going to pull out a small little knife and look to the others.
Sybil's gonna go right next to Zephyr because I know what they're about to do.
Ace draws his bow and kind of backs up, muttering something like, "You guys are doing great. You're doing great."
But Zephyr just kind of looks to Sybil. You know, sharks don't have hands; they have to use their mouths to touch things and figure out what they are.
Yep.
If this is a similar concept, it's just toying with that. Let's give it a taste of something it might like. If it's something I think it might be, and they'll do a little cut in their hand and let some blood drip to the water,
Don't do it on
and
your
then
hand.
back up like the back of the hand,
All right. So
Okay.
the back of a medium.
yeah, you found you had something that would mimic that, and it will that does not seem to do anything out of the ordinary. It would react exactly as you would expect it to do so. If anybody who's really paying attention to the muffin, the water is very clear. There is absolutely no sign of anything but the water moving this muffin.
That seems fine, right?
That's weird.
Oh man.
Hey, Ace,
I hate being wrong.
Uh-huh.
how good are you at shooting that thing?
I mean, I'm pretty good. Pretty good.
What
pretty
am
good.
I? Chopped liver?
No,
No,
I want
not
so
at all.
so Mirabelle, I want you to watch
Uh-huh.
Ace shoot the muffin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
okay.
Mirabelle. Oh, come on.
You can shoot the muffin. It's fun. It's
You
fine.
could make it a contest and see who shoots it first.
Oh, that would be fun.
You know,
You
the
know
water
what?
should have started
Fine.
disintegrating that muffin already.
I was about to
Yeah,
say
it's not
eventually gone.
disintegrating. So like that's weird.
That's
Right.
That's
suspicious.
weird.
Yes.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna show this muffin the meaning of the word fletch.
Okay. So you have a minor complication. So
Of
to
course.
hit the muffin, you only need one success.
Okay.
But if you don't buy off the complication by getting a second hit, then you will kind of cause a scene. So anything that might be in the area will be aware that you're in the area, and you will draw its attention.
This is all, I mean, this is all positive, right? Like there's no downside to this. This is all great. Yeah. Let's do it. All right.
You go first.
So I'm assuming dexterity and ranged combat.
Yes.
Okay. 6. I got a 1 and no successes.
Hooray!
Is that enough to buy off the complication?
Well, the complication. So you have gained a momentum for the party by not succeeding.
Yay! That's what I'm
Now-
good for.
A complication can only occur when you have when you have a success.
Right.
However, and the actual name of what this is escapes me at the moment. We will call it a botch for ease of my use of terms. You
Oh,
can
yes.
choose to have you can choose to have a massive failure
Mhm.
where you gain 2 momentum and the complication happens as well.
Oh.
So you can get 1 momentum and no complication, 2 momentum, but the complication comes in.
I'm gonna go with 2 momentum and the complication because that sounds
Okay.
interesting. Yeah,
All right.
yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So yeah, this arrow goes wide. It is kind of shallow and it kind of bounces off of a rock and makes a
Ace is kind of
huge
shallow too, so
splash. It's appropriate. It works for him.
He also makes
Um,
great
yeah.
splashes when you bounce him off a rock.
As it's louder than what an arrow going into the water should be.
That's weird. Well, luckily it's my turn
It
because I'm
is.
gonna do a shot.
Yep.
So hold on 1 second. That is 3 successes.
3 successes. So that's enough to hit it and buy off the complication. You pierce the muffin perfectly. Just right through.
Get
Kind
the
of
kids
dips
out of the
down.
room.
It kind of dips down into the water as the force of the arrow kind of pushes under. Kind of bobs back up and it kind of tilts a little. And now like the arrow, the point of the arrow kind of weighs it down a little bit and it sinks a little lower. It kind of looks like a bobber on a fishing pole. It's still kind of moving. Oh, and it's just kind of like waving a little bit as it does.
Oh, Mirabelle, that was a perfect shot. Oh, goodness, if I had known, I can make you a whole batch of those if you want to do like target practice later when we get back, because I really
Sounds
didn't even
great.
think of
Why
them.
the
I didn't.
hell is
Those are
that
great.
happening?
As you follow the muffin as it moves up the river or up the stream, the shot from the arrow did kind of push it towards one of the banks for just a moment, and it begins drifting towards it. And now it begins moving away. But as you follow the sight, you can't help but notice on the other side of the bank is a large wolf.
It's a good thing they're not well known for swimming,
It has
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
it is
How
twice the
close?
size of what a normal wolf would be.
Greetings and salutations, I say, knocking another arrow.
There are bone spurs jutting out across its spine. And
Hello,
its
completely
teeth are
normal wolf.
elongated. There is absolutely no indication that this is a normal wolf. Elias, you can pick up that magical energy that you found coming from this warped wolf.
Uh,
How is your
Maribel?
family doing today, perfectly normal wolf?
Maribel. Oh,
Yeah, I know.
No, Maribel.
Uh,
Uh, I think that's where it's coming from.
Huh? Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah,
hey,
that
storyteller.
Yes.
Sorry, I'll continue.
How wide is this river?
It is certainly passable. You could wade into it. It would probably maybe be hip deep. If this is a normal wolf, it would probably be up to its shoulders in water. This is not a normal wolf, and it probably won't get its belly wet if it were to walk across unless it splashed while it ran.
Okay.
Sick. Great.
I am so happy about that. Quick question.
Oh, this is great.
Where's the rest of the pack?
Yeah.
Certainly heard the sounds that were coming in from the brush, and when you heard it, it wasn't coming from on the other side of the river.
Hey, Zach.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have a really good composure persuade. Can I, like, essentially just continue attempting to small talk the wolf as we just start backing away?
So you will be able to keep it at bay without coming across as long as there's no other incidents that come up.
Great.
So as long as you focus on that wolf, you are able to actually, you know what? Let me get a roll to see how well you're able to do that.
All right. I would like to roll composure persuasion
Let's go for it.
since I'm mostly just attempting to calm both the wolf and myself.
Okay.
Uh, so that is
hold on a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you do that, am I able to empower her?
Tell us what Empower does.
It is a spell.
Uh-huh.
Its cooldown says elevated. When casting Empower, choose one: speed, power, social, or mental. Gain +1 advantage on the next action the character takes that would take advantage of the chosen type. If
Okay.
not used by the end of the scene, the spell's effects are wasted.
Okay. So, and I apologize for not explaining this earlier. Spells have a cooldown of dynamic, elevated, and iconic. Dynamic is once a round, elevated is once a scene, iconic is once a session.
Cool.
So yes, you can. So you will have a 1 advantage on the roll. Essentially, you will have an enhancement.
I'm assuming it's social that you're doing, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, then I would choose social to empower.
So what does an advantage on this roll look like?
So advantage on this roll is essentially going to mean that you will have a automatic enhancement. So as long as you roll at least 1 hit, you will get another hit for free.
Cool. Well, I rolled 2 hits.
Okay. And that is enough for you to kind of keep its attention.
All right.
As for the rest of you, Sybil, you heard it. There was
Yep.
another something on
Yep.
this side of the stream.
So while Mirabelle is focusing on the other wolf, I'm going to turn and watch for what I know is coming.
Okay. Let me get a cunning and survival roll.
Absolutely. And my survival is P, which is
Yep.
okay.
So anything with a P in next to it is going to be means it's a path skill.
Okay.
Mhm.
If you're familiar with story path, it's part of character creation. If you start taking injuries, that's where it will be important for this story.
Okay. I got 4. I got 2 10s.
Okay.
Nice.
You're able to spot at the kind of edge of the path, the clearing that you were heading towards anyways. There are 2 other wolves.
Okay.
At the moment, they are not aware of you.
Okay. I am going to whisper that there are 2 wolves. They don't know we're here. Don't make a sound. Yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on them.
All right. They appear to
I'm just
be
Gonna
eating
keep talking to
something.
this other wolf in a very low, soothing tone.
Yep.
Ace, Zephyr, Elias, what are y'all doing?
Ace is going to sidle up to Sybil with a new fresh arrow, a better arrow than the last one, obviously. All the while, very, very quietly saying to Sybil, "I've been thinking about what you've been talking about teamwork and working together. I think that's a good thing. We work together. We're all going to bring our strengths together. This is gonna be fine. Everything's going to be fine because teamwork make the dream work."
Just breathe. Breathe with me. We're going to co-regulate.
Hell yeah.
How close is this wolf to the water?
The one that's on the other side of the stream, it is at the edge of the water.
I don't like that one bit. I can't do anything about it just yet. So right now we're going forward along this stream and we look to this clearing and there's 2 wolves that haven't noticed us yet. Are we on track to sidestep them or are we like collision course? If we go too far, we're gonna notice or they're gonna notice us.
It would be very difficult to sneak past them. And that would also, that would put you in between like right now, there's kind of like a V. You're here, the ones that are here, they're one across. You'd have to be somewhere around here to sneak past them and go so that you would be in between and have wolves on both 1 and 2 on both sides. So
Zach, before we go any further, can I check real quick? These 2 wolves, this isn't metaphorical. They're not inside one or more of us. These are
they're
actual wolves.
well, they're a little bit more than wolves because there's something unnatural and twisted about them.
Okay, great.
So they aren't literal wolves because they're much larger and spikier and less pleasant looking.
Good to know. Okay, great. Thank you. Sorry.
Mirabelle, we might not have too much of an option, but to be loud very soon.
I know.
Are we ready?
Storyteller,
Yes.
question before they start, the shooting all starts. I am not paying attention to the wolves. I'm not quite even paying attention to my party mates because I'm really fascinated by the water being so like unnaturally clean.
Mhm.
And I can make a roll to see if I often think this. If I tried purify on the water to see what would happen, could I do that? Or do I have a feeling like that would not do anything and it would be kind of a waste of time?
You're aware that you purify makes things purer, and you're not under the impression that you can make that this water could be any purer than it already is.
But there's got to be something that's making it this pure. So, which would
Purify,
make it,
yeah,
which would, even though it looks
Right.
like it's like the most pure water, it's unnaturally pure, which means there's something that's fouling the water to make it look that pure.
from you. Because it's a once a session, I'm gonna say that you know that it's not gonna work since it's
Okay.
once a session spell. I'm not
Okay.
gonna have you use a once a session spell when it won't work.
Well, if anything, you could chalk it up to like my breakthrough. Like I'd be sitting there like, why is this would this I wonder if that would work. I wonder if that could that I wonder if that has
Yeah.
So
As far as you can tell, that this is not there's yes, it is unnaturally pure, but that means that it's not a reflection of the water being corrupted
Okay.
or making able to be pured. It's a question of what the source of that pure water that pure is.
okay.
Okay.
So if I utilize my perk breakthrough, um, is the source, could I suss out that the source of whatever's causing the unnatural purity of the river, could I suss out which, like, where that source is or where it's coming from or stemming from?
I mean, yeah, so you could try to follow up the stream to the it's certainly something that's coming from some point on the stream. You can get a sense if you were to look at the muffin still moving upstream of where it's coming from, but the path, as far as you can see,
Ah.
there isn't a clear source. If you follow the stream further, it's highly likely that you would find it. That is a reasonable deduction to make.
Okay. So it's probably definitely something farther upstream. And I can't leave Maribel alone, because she's going to start shooting and everyone else is going to start shooting and those things are going to attack and then everything's going to. Okay, I will try to box that thought up and put it on the shelf right now, and then I will have to get back to it. But I throw a couple more muffins in just to see if they react the same. And
Okay.
then turn my attention back to my party and go,
Yeah.
so what are we doing? Oh, I see arrows out.
Mirabelle is slowly
Oh.
backing up and following the muffin as she's talking to the wolf.
Yeah. So as you kind of follow the muffin going upstream, it is going to lead you to where the other two wolves have been spotted.
Is the other wolf watching us, like, making any moves? Is it growling in its throat?
Its teeth are bare. It is focused on you.
Mhm.
Maybe it's because you're the furthest along the path and closest to the other wolves. Maybe it's because you are working your magic on it. Maybe it's a little bit of both.
Hey Elias, do we have any jerky or anything?
Of course I do. What do you think? I'm uncivilized in my snack making. Of course I have jerky. In fact, I have 4 kinds. What would you like? I have pepper. I have
Do you have
just this
salmon?
terry. Yeah, I got fish. Hold on, that's in
Yeah,
fish.
see if
There's
the wolf, see if
a
if you throw it
salmon,
near the
and I
wolf,
got
it'll take it.
this, and I got
Zephyr just
this,
holds out
and
one of the fish
I
they
got-
caught.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, one of 2 wolves. I will just, okay. And I throw the piece of jerky towards the 2 wolves.
Towards the two wolves, not the wolf across the stream.
No, the 2 wolves that were in front of.
Okay. those wolves react. They eat the
And they-
jerky and look up, and together they are starting to pace towards you.
I throw the
Snarling.
jerky. I throw the jerky, and then I kind of like, oh, okay. Poke, and I poke Maribel and cast shield on her.
Oh,
Try a
thanks.
muffin.
Can't give all my muffins away.
For
Need
the-
some
for
for
the-
lunch later.
Zephyr
For
threw
the-
the fish at them.
For the sake, just to what does shield do?
So shield, cast a spell on a target within short range. The target gains 1 additional injury box that applies before the bruise injuries and stacks with any other armor they might be wearing. Remains for the rest of the scene and can be healed as though it were normal health, unlike armor.
Nice.
So you have a little freebie
I love that
Alright.
for me.
damage fodder square. Because yeah, Maribel needs to be protected. And I'm gonna hide behind you, so yeah.
Yeah.
So
Zephyr, throw
I
the
would
fish at him.
I would like to ask the ST for
Uh-huh.
permission to try an idea with manipulation and survival.
All right.
Zephyr is going to throw that fish directly between the one wolf and the two and see if they're hungry enough to fight each other for him.
Nice.
Okay.
May I?
Yeah, you can go for it.
All right. Da. It's 8 for successes, right?
Correct.
That's 0.
Okay.
Crap.
So that's going to add a momentum to the pool. Would you like it to be a critical failure and add 2 momentum?
Right now, I'm a pass because one more critical failure, and I think someone's going to be a different type of leader.
Okay. All right.
So Zephyr just
So-
takes the fish, and they're trying to throw it. Either it goes wide, or I leave it up to you, but it just doesn't work what they planned.
Yeah, no, they don't appear to have any idea of what's going on or any care. They are clearly looking to you. If they are going to eat, they're not hungry for fish.
Well, they ate the jerky, so that's promising.
Okay.
Jerky does not a full meal make, unfortunately.
Damn it.
The fish slips out of your hand and smacks one of us in the head. What? Hey, fish. What the? That wasn't very nice.
Not
All right.
intentional. Is everyone capable of fighting?
Oh, now I smell like fish. Oof.
Yeah,
Yep,
Yes.
I'm good.
Great. I'm gonna die out here.
All
Terrific.
right. I would like everybody to
Stupid
roll the
wounds.
higher of their athletics and cunning or empathy and dexterity.
Cool. Athletics and cunning it is.
All right.
Oh, now I get the successes.
Yeah, same either way.
Same.
One.
3.
5.
Question: is this system the
One.
ones cancel out successes?
Ones do not cancel out.
Okay.
Ones
then-
are just not a hit. They are not anything other than that.
4.
Okay. So Mirabelle has a 5 was the highest. Okay.
Yep.
That was our initiative roll. You have the first action, or you can choose someone else to act first.
And so the wolves are coming towards us.
Yeah, the wolves are coming. The 2 wolves are coming towards us. The one that you have distracted is still in its same spot. But you have been in the woods and out in dealing with animals long enough to know when an animal is going to attack.
Mhm.
So,
Well, I'm gonna swing around and shoot one of the wolves that's attacking us.
all right. Give me a dexed and ranged.
Oh no, what am I gonna do with my 9 dice?
See, when you tempt fate like that, you can't be mad when something happens. You can't knock on the door and ask for the devil and not expect him to answer.
I mean, I got another 5 successes, so.
Okay, well, never mind.
5 successes. Okay. So, that first hit, you buy off the difficulty to hit the creature. That's going to be 1.
Mhm.
Now, you have 4 more to do something with. Now, your bow has the brutal tag and the piercing tag, if I am correct.
Yes.
Okay. So, the brutal tag means that you can buy the critical trick, which does extra damage for 2 hits instead of 1.
Okay.
Okay. So that means that you've now done 2 damage to this. Other options that you have, with your excessive hits, you can essentially choose to knock it prone.
Mhm.
You can pin it to a location as a complication.
Thank
So
you. I
that,
will pin it to a tree.
okay. You have pinned that to a tree, so it's going to need 2 additional hits on any roll in order to get itself unstuck.
Hell yeah.
All right. Now you can choose who goes next.
Oh, I get to choose who goes next. That's
You
awesome.
get to choose who's.
Elias, go next.
Uh, okay. Well, they don't really like us. I could try to talk to them, but I don't think they want to talk. Um, good puppy. Uh, should I throw muffins at them?
Sure.
You do have a magical wand.
I do. I do.
Uh-huh.
I do.
Yes.
Oh, do I know
She
what it
traded it for
does?
more muffins.
So this
Hey,
magic.
Not again.
that flour's hard to get. You've got to get good quality stuff. It's not cheap. Do you know what
There's a
Jack
famine
got for
on
his?
people.
Jack got only a couple of lousy beans for his cow. How much do you think it was for some solidly good flour? Surprising that was.
Ugh.
Do I know what it does? I don't remember.
You
Where
can,
is that?
yes, sure, you know what it does. You can shoot.
It's a stun. I
yeah.
have a stun. I have a stun wand. Excellent.
Hell
Okay.
yeah, let's go.
Sorry, I missed that one tiny little very important word. Yes. Okay. Well, the one that's closest of the 2 that are coming at us, the one that's just maybe like a half a paw forward. Okay. Nice puppy. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just going to make you try to stop. As I kind of lean around
You'll roll
Maribel.
esoterica and
Okay.
dexterity.
Oh, okay. That's fairly solid. That's 4 or 6. Okay. Well, that's a 10. Okay. Is it just 8s that are successes, or is it 8 and above?
8
8
and
and above.
above.
Sweet. So that's 2, including 110.
So 10s are count as 2 successes.
Sweet.
Yep.
So 3 successes.
All right. So that is enough to hit it, stun it, and do damage to it, so that it will have to also overcome a complication before it can, yeah, do anything its turn.
Oh my God, it worked. The last time I got it to work was against that chicken that I had to take its eggs to make muffins.
All right. And you can choose who acts next.
Uh, let's see who has some fun. We're gonna go to Zephyr.
All right. So one wolf is pinned, the other one is stunned. Hey, ST, real quick question. Is that untouched wolf within medium range?
It is with medium ranged.
That's so perfect. I would like to spend a momentum and use Power Bolt.
Would you like to tell the audience what Powerball does?
Power Bolt. The character may spend a momentum, make an attack. This launches a projectile of raw force at medium range. Choose one of the following tags: electrified, flaming, howling, ice, or shadow.
Ooh.
For our purposes here, narratively, what we see is Zephyr reach into a pocket, pull out a bag of shark's teeth, which is their focus, stare this other wolf down, and let's see. It doesn't mention making the roll, but I leave that up to ST. But they're just gonna stare it down,
So
hold out,
yeah,
and
so
yell
you-
freeze.
so imagine make an attack. It does not say to make an attack action. So yeah, no, that just goes out.
So for the
If you
tag,
use it, so yeah, if you use it as not an attack, without a roll, which you can, it will just apply the elemental tag of your choosing. If you use this as a magical attack, it can also do damage and apply other tags that might be appropriate.
all right, I will do it as magical attack.
That'll be Esoterica and Dexterity, please.
Perfect. Esoterica, dexterity. What could possibly go wrong? That's me knocking on wood in case anyone couldn't tell.
Oh, no, I saw it.
One. So that is only 2 successes.
Okay. And you were using your focused,
Mhm.
you said it was the shark teeth as a focus. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So which elemental tag are you using on
They're going to use,
electrified, flaming, howling, ice, or shadow?
they're going to use ice. I know I said freeze, but in reality they're saying heal and just
All right.
freeze that puppy in place.
All right. So yeah, you are able to successfully freeze that puppy in place, and give me a moment because unfortunately I did not search properly, and the word dice has the letters ice in it.
Oops.
All right. So you hit it, you are able to do the necessary damage to it. And bear me just a moment while I can get that and read the effect to you once I click through the 107 instances of the letters ICE in this chapter.
Anyone listening, for any system, Control Find is your friend, yet also your most mortal enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Do not ever look in, if you're ever playing Wraith 20th experience, that's just not worth it.
Yeah.
I know the pain.
After we confirm that the puppies are all non-lethally put down, could we potentially get a bio break?
Yes. Now, let me see the weapon. This weapon is wreathed with the element ice. Can say that's the follow test. Do you inflict the petrified status on this puppy? All right. All of these creatures are for the purposes of this round. You have made them unable to act.
Hell yeah.
And we are going to take a bio break. and be right back. Is
It's 5:25 now, so we can be back by 5:30.
all right.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll be.
welcome back. Our party of adventurers has run across some warped wolves and has been able to disable them so that if they choose, they can get the fuck out and not have to deal with them. This
Yeah, it's
entire
very-
time, it just hasn't come up.
Shut up.
This is how they got through the blighted area in such a quick manner. Ace, the traveling merchant, does have a horse and cart.
Yeah.
We totally knew this the whole time.
We knew this. I just imagine him being condescending in the back while leading
Yeah.
the horse.
I mean, you're tracking a person. You had to, it's hard to track a person from the back of a cart or while riding a horse. So
Right.
of course you would have gotten off and searched, by foot, by hand.
Right. Right. Exactly. My thoughts exactly.
All
Yes.
right. Since you're
So-
getting out in a rapid fashion, does anybody want to encourage the horse to skedaddle?
Define encourage.
I'm sure the warlord can encourage his own horse. He's been looking for someone to manage all day.
All right. Ace, give me a pilot. And how are you doing? What's your kind of approach to getting the fuck out of here? Are you trying to just be as quick as possible, or are you trying to just power through things? How are you?
I think yeah, being efficient would be his main thing, using the time wisely. So yeah, quick.
All right. Trying to keep his cool, maybe?
Oh, 100%.
All right.
Muttering motivational slogans to himself that he's
All right.
seen on several posters.
Well, so if you are trying to kind of keep your cool and calm in this, let me get a pilot and composure.
Okay, I can do that. Okay, that's 3 successes.
All right. 3 hits is certainly enough to get the party far enough away that it is reasonable to assume that you have lost the wolves that were pinned to a tree, were stunned, and were frozen in their place.
He's muttering to the horse things like, this is what you're a champion, baby. You're the one. You're the one. This is all about you, baby. This is your moment.
So in fact, his moment. I trust this horse with my life.
Yeah. Carrots,
I give
baby.
the-
All the carrots.
I give the horses carrots.
Yay.
There you go. Okay, now get us out of here, okay? And if anything comes for us, you're gonna be fodder, but that's okay because they'll eat you because you're bigger. Okay, let's go.
That was
Elias,
ominous.
Do we need Elias? Would you like to talk? Is everything all right?
Oh, everything's fine. Would you like a muffin? I still have a few in here, or I think I still have some jerky in. What else have I got in here? Starts pulling out
I've-
like puts out a little napkin, cloth napkin, and just starts kind of pulling out snacks in the back of the cart for everybody. It's like, I know I've got some here. Bye, muffin. You're still together? How are you still together? You should be okay, whatever. All right, here you go.
Thank you.
You're
There are
welcome.
many questions I would like. I have gone through hurricanes that confuse me less. Now we have wolves that are mutated and a stream that is of purity that should not be natural.
Oh, we're following the muffin upstream.
Yep. See? Look, it's right there. See? And I get like
So-
right there next to Zephyr's. Look, see?
As you see the muffin floating up the stream,
Oh, sounds.
There is
Sorry.
a injured Carpin woman, or woman dressed in Carpin clothing, kind of lying along the bed of the stream.
Oh, that's not ominous at all. We should help her.
Can we tell what the injuries are from this distance, or are we gonna have to get closer?
Yeah, check her for bone spurs.
Hey, that's, I'm fairly certain she's one of my people.
I'm
Um,
gonna let Sybil handle that. I'm not touching that woman.
the woman kind of gets up on her knees, and as she kind of hears you approaching defensively, and then once she sees that you're people, you can tell that she gets kind of at ease. There's blood seeping through her tunic. She looks older, late middle-aged. She just kind of looks down at her tunic, inspecting herself, muttering to, you can hear no good escape from her lips.
Can someone check her for magic? I am not good at that.
Can I check to see if there's or actually, question. I
Yeah.
have, where is it? I have the perk of insight. Can I use that with Esoterica to see if there's something fishy with magic going on here?
Going
Or
on
is
here
that
in general, like
like with this woman? Like, is she an illusion? Is she working something, or is this just nope, nothing maliciously magic with her specifically?
So she is real. She is a woman.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, um she kind of radiates magic in a way that somebody who is skilled in the magical arts and who has studied magic would be.
Okay.
Zephyr, as a mage, you are quite familiar with this. You've seen it in other mages before.
Hey, stop the cart.
All right.
Uh,
And Sybil will get down.
all right. I'm staying up here though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, I can stun her and then it'd be like safer to check her out.
No, it's okay. I got
sure?
this. I got this.
Okay. I've got it right behind you.
All right.
Zephyr will pop down and go with Sybil as well.
Mirabelle is going to stay in the cart because I don't trust them bitches.
Mm-mm.
That's legit.
Trust
All
no
right.
bitches. It's a great motto.
Goddamn right.
Lifestyle.
I am going to greet the old woman similar to how anyone that was stoneborn would be greeting others.
Well
Hello.
met. I'm Luvia.
Hi, Luvia. What happened?
So I came down um to research the blight. There was there's a house nearby that
Is it?
I've
Like,
yes, the blight that's been going on in Erdonia. So I came, I set up a house nearby. Um,
I'm jumping down out of the cart right on that and heading over.
I've been, you know, uh, I've been trying to, make sure that trying to see what's going on with it, and hopefully that it's not, coming north, and uh, that type of thing. I was out and there was um, I got they were like they were wolf, but they weren't wolves. They're bigger than any. And in Carpathian, we get some big wolves. Those were like no wolves I've ever seen before.
And you were
They
injured?
Yes, yes. She kind of pulls up her tunic a little bit, and you can kind of see a gash on her side.
Ooh. Okay.
And
I
for the
s-
audience at home, you didn't see me miming that out because the
Nyeh.
screen cuts off.
So
All
You
right.
get the full body experience.
Elias strides like right up to her and like kind of looks her up and down and kind of looks her around. It's like, so you're here for the blight too? And yeah, those wolves were there, and they're back there. And see, we followed a muffin up the road, and then we found like all three of those wolves, and then the wolves were like, oh, they got the spidey backs on them, and then with the spidey backs, and then like we had to stop them, and then we like all of a sudden I like our so-called manager, he wants to be our manager, but he's not our manager. The manager like
Hey.
pulled out this horse cart. And we discovered that we didn't have to walk anywhere, and he like drove us up here. And there's there's snacks in the back if you want snacks, and I can help you with that. And we need to talk about the blight because I'm doing exactly the same thing. Would you like a snack? I got muffins.
She kind of grimaces and has a painful look, and she reaches out and says, "Thank you for the muffin." Um,
May I?
We haven't tried to plug her gash with muffins yet.
And as she takes the muffin, I will kind of look over and at where she is. And may I?
are you a diviner?
I am.
Uh,
May I?
yes, you may.
And I will cast heal.
Okay.
How bad is it? I mean, is that going to be enough to help her, or do I feel like it's like a really bad, like bleeding or even aggravated? I mean, she's standing, so I'm guessing it's not aggravated, but
So you've definitely healed her up a bit. She seems to she clearly is in less pain. She's kind of more upright. Her voice is not as labored as she begins to continue speaking, and it's like, thank you. So yeah, I came down where I was researching the blight. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't traveling north. You said the thing about the muffin in the water, right?
Right there.
So yeah,
yeah, see, look, it's
that's
still there. That's my muffin.
have you ever encountered a rift before?
There is a rift. I knew it. And I look at some, I knew it. I look at everything. I knew it. I told you.
You didn't say shit.
Why, yes, I have heard of a rift. I was trying to explain to them exactly how that works, but they weren't sure. And then the wolf showed up, and well, I first tossed the muffin into the river first, and then of course before that, I actually saw that the river was like not really natural. It's not really that natural because no river's that natural. And so I threw the muffin in, and then they saw it, and then we saw the wolf, and then everything, and then we ended up here.
So from the house that I'm staying in, there just a bit north where the closest spot to the stream, there's a rift that opened. I think a demon came out, and like
That's not good.
the water's been all weird and shit since that happened. That's I don't know if that is connected with the blight. It seems to be kind of growing since that has happened. Just happened shortly.
Demon, of course. Oh,
Wait, so those wolves weren't demons?
why didn't I think of
No,
that?
there weren't demons, but they were probably corrupted by warped by the gate in the outland that opened.
Oh, what the
That makes sense.
hell?
That
Okay.
makes sense. That makes total sense. Demons bring death, they bring destruction, they bring everything. Of course, that would of course be this. That would
Well, we
totally
gotta
be the
go
source
close the
of the
rift.
blight. That would, I
Yeah.
knew this.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm not in best condition right now to help you, but I can tell you how to get to the house that I've been staying in, and from there it should be easy to find.
The more information you can give us, the better. Because yeah, you should not be going out to fight anything.
Yeah,
Any
so
sort of direction that doesn't involve floating baked goods, I think, would be good.
I
Unfortunately,
thought it was an excellent
unfortunately,
plan.
unfortunately, the floating baked goods seem to be going in the same general direction.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, you can pretty much follow the stream up to. There's going to be a little bit of a. It's not really a kind of waterfall because it's not like that straight drop. It's more kind of like the staggered drop. I'm not a nature type
rapids.
really, so yeah, so rapids. So at the rapids, there's going to be a path that turns off to the west. You follow that for about a couple 100 feet, and then you should be able to find the house. So the rift that I found is about 200 yards through the woods, directly north of the house.
Well, would you like, we can give you a ride to your house since we're heading in that direction and there's plenty to
Yeah.
eat and lots to share and we can talk and you can give us all the information that we can and we can ride and we can talk and we can eat and everything is good. And would you like to
I'm
ride?
gonna
And-
sit up front.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far away from this other goat person as I can get.
So I think that the magic of the effects of the Outland is going to be like the magic. My magic was acting weird, so I think if I get close to it again while I'm still healing up, it might be dangerous. I know a spot that I can hide out, so where I'll be safe from the wolves, and I've got enough magic that I can kind of keep them at bay as long as they can't come at me from multiple angles. So I should be safe.
Well, one may be fine within about 30 minutes. Another has to find its way out of a tree. And I am not sure about how long it takes for a full wolf to thaw, but it might take some hours. You have
That should
time
give
to
me-
get set up.
That should give me plenty of time to get into a secure location and be good.
Well, here, you can't go off on an empty stomach and pull out yet another napkin, cloth napkin, and like some out of various pockets, pull out of sundry of snacks, including several muffins and ties it.
Oh,
and
look, the
hands it to
muffin's
her.
getting away. Clip clop. clip,
Oh
clop.
no, let's go.
Oh no. We better
I'll
keep
have
up
to-
with the muffin.
I'll have to keep. I'll have to come back. We
Go,
we
go,
need
go,
to exchange notes
go.
about the flight. Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Good luck. Bye.
No, I'm pretty sure we're taking her with us in the cart.
Nah, she said
She's
she
kind of
was-
refusing to get into the car.
Yeah, she's
Oh.
refusing to get in the cart.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fuck her.
She's politely declining. We'll put it that way.
She's going her own way.
Calling it
No.
another lonely day.
And if
But
All right. Yeah, I will wave goodbye.
all right,
Bye. Well met.
Zephyr nods,
long
little bow of respect,
farewell.
and back to the cart.
Sorry, following the muffin.
Mirabelle refuses to look at the other goat person.
so as you follow along, the path goes exactly as she explained it. When you get kind of near the house, you can see it and you can feel the land, the ground around the house, that just the general vibe in the area. There is plants that are growing that don't look like they belong in this area. You don't have to have science knowledge or survival knowledge to know that these things seem out of place. Everything just appears to be wet.
So it's
The
a
gr-
fixer-upper.
It's not even just the house, the entire surrounding land is soaked.
It's like marshland.
Gross.
Yeah, this is, if you were in Inverness, this would be fit right in.
But we're not.
You're not in the jungle.
But this is marshland, which is where one of those big old kind of creatures are, and we should probably keep our eyes open because lots of things live in the marshland and they're not good. And do we actually hear any wildlife right now?
You hear, there's frogs. Frogs sound off. Like you can tell they're frogs, but it doesn't sound like any frog you've ever heard. The pitch is off, the
Does it
rhythm
sound
is off.
like deeper, louder?
It is both deeper and softer. The kind of ribbit, ribbit, ribbit pattern you might expect is off. It's rib, it rib, it rib.
Yikes.
Ooh, that's annoying.
That is very concerning.
It's not smoke, it's steam that seems to be coming out of the chimney of the house.
Well, I think this summarizes, guys, why I really enjoy going on these adventures with you. You take me to the nicest places. This is great.
She must have left pretty fast.
This is their summer home.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to go up to the door and listen.
Sounds like something is like sloshing around.
Ew.
Gross.
Did she leave a bath?
Oh, that's
Like it's literally like it's a body of water moving around from kind of from within the house.
oh, there's something in there.
Oh, I hope her toilet didn't overflow. Her outhouse. Yeah.
If it overflowed with something because I think it's purposely moving. I think we might get our answer for what's happening with the muffin in here.
So,
Us?
question. We know there's a rift. We know something came through and is corrupting all this. And we know that area that was not this is now all wet and marshy and steamy and slightly off. Could I roll Esoterica to take a wild guess at what sort of creature is capable of this?
Yeah, give me intelligence and esoterica.
I misread. I thought my intelligence was bad. Turns out it's good. I'm smart. Don't worry. This is going to go fine. And it did. That's 3 successes.
Well,
You haven't encountered one personally, but of course you being with the magical studies and the new magic discussion, hot topic for the past year since the first demon was discovered, has been the magic forces of the rifts and the demons that encompass them. You've heard of one called an Undanes. This is a water creature or water demon. It is something that doesn't necessarily have a form.
Oh, God.
The demons are intelligent. It is something that can be communicated with. Well, yeah, it is essentially a being of, for lack of better terms, pure water.
Well, if it doesn't have a form, I can't shoot it.
It can take, I mean, it can't just like dissipate into like a pool. You'll still see it. You can still shoot it.
Can I intimidate it?
Well, you
Uh,
certainly can try. You have to
as
open the door first.
We do.
before anyone. Oh no!
I mean,
I like
Zephyr
to
could
imagine
also
this.
freeze it, and then we could shatter it.
Oh,
Zephyr looks like they were just about to say something before that door opens. They're like, "I wouldn't." Oh shit!
Can we freeze it? Because if you freeze it, I can hit it hard enough.
Y'all are really saying things that make an assumption that this demon I can do something.
What's that?
to
Go
it.
back and get help? Sure, I can do that. Come on, baby, let's go.
Well, if you do that, you ain't gonna have nobody to manage but yourself.
I hate that. Okay.
You hate the truth. Noted.
Yes.
I mean,
So we've opened the door, correct?
no, not yet.
Okay.
well, it's either that
All
or
right.
we set the entire house on fire and let the fire turn it to steam, and then it'll just burn away.
There you go. That's the spirit. Thinking outside of the
I'm
box.
sure setting a wet wooden
Outside of the house, at least.
is gonna.
Yeah, that house isn't gonna go up.
Well, we don't know how much water damage there is, and really water damage is really not good for houses. That is really true. It kind of makes them into mush, but it's worth a try if we put enough. I mean, we are in a forest, and there's probably lots of
Zephyr,
dead
what were
stuff
you
around
going to
here, like
say?
dead.
These things, they're not stupid. They have some smarts to them, just like all demons do. They can be conversed with. But while I was thinking on it, we have a very interesting point. Does anyone here know how to close a rift? Looks to Elias.
Maybe. So I would like to use breakthrough to see if maybe my brain could come up with an idea here.
Sure, give me we'll go with esoterica and intellect.
Okay, that's
I mean, if anything, I will just figure something out.
that is 5 successes.
5 successes. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, rifts can be closed by focusing your magical energy on closing the rift. You know, it's a piece. You have energy that is associated with just being magical beings in this land. You probably,
Again,
between the 5 of
no,
you, there's enough of you that you could channel that into closing the rift.
Hell yeah.
again, no internal monologue. All of that's like walking around, kind of pacing back and forth and coming up with that stuff.
So the plan is
So-
we either talk this thing up or do some other things. Find out where the rift is,
I like-
close it.
I know a thing or two about talking to people. You just got to find out what it is that they want. You help them get what they want. Maybe they give you what they want.
That is the smartest thing you've said all day.
Yep,
Thank you.
exactly. You go first.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, sure. I could see that working. I am the master of my fate.
You are the captain of your soul, etc.
Yes, exactly. What she said. All right. There's nobody who can't be reasoned with and talked to. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you.
I'm gonna follow Ace and stand like right behind. If things go south, I can pull him out.
I'm gonna
As they're
stay
walking-
with the other two and make sure they don't get caught in the blast.
That's a good idea.
You go, Ace. We're right
All right.
behind you.
All right,
Very
yeah.
far behind you, but we're behind you all the same.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Zephyr-
believe I like it. Yes, good.
I'm behind you by 10 feet.
Zephyr leads into the other two. Did they not know the SS Soul sank 3 years ago?
Here we go. There we go. We can do this. I got
That's-
this. It's
Is that really
You're a
going to make a
winner.
difference right now, Zephyr? I don't think so. It's just
rise and
Give him
grind.
his
This
moment.
is it's just about the mindset, you know. It's all about your mindset. It's all about what you bring to you are a winner. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Before you do that, I'm gonna cast Empower on you because it's been a new scene, right?
It is a new scene.
All right. And I'm assuming it's social that you're using.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Empower then. So you gain a +1 advantage to social roll.
Okay. So
Now empowered with a new sense of confidence that comes with
You
the
got
blessings,
this.
Sibyl's, and their own hype talk. Ace opens the door confidently, stepping in. Who's falling behind?
I am right behind him, but I'm positioning myself where if it goes south, I can yeet him out the door.
Okay. So Ace takes a couple steps in. Sybil comes in and steps to the side so that she can grab and throw him out the door if needed. And the rest of you remain outside. Correct?
Like close enough to see inside a little bit, but they're not at the doorstep.
Yeah. Yeah. Seeing inside is
I'm sorry.
difficult.
I'm collecting dead wood from around the general area, not too far from the players, just in case we have to go to Plan B.
You're gonna give me a Viking funeral.
You cannot find dry wood without getting too far away from the rest of the characters. It is absolutely soaked.
I'll think of something else.
All right.
Carry on.
So from those looking outside, and it's difficult to see. There's not any candles or any light coming in. Really, the windows don't give much in the way of lighting with the current environment. Though Ace and Sybil can clearly see being kind of rise up in the middle of the room and take a vaguely humanoid shape. It is not doesn't get the humanoid shape proportions quite right. It's
Awesome.
not sure if you can't be sure if it's because it is not skilled in taking the shape of a human, or if it's because it just doesn't really know what a human shape is. It has a face of sorts, and it seems to have a calm and welcoming demeanor. Why, hello there. How are you?
Ace Borelli, how you doing? How you doing? That's damn fine to meet you. Good to meet you.
Are you extending a hand to greet?
Yeah,
this
absolutely,
being?
absolutely. Going in.
It kind of reaches out. It's not really a hand. It looks more like it's a mitten. Like if it was a hand that was water but covered
Yeah.
with a mitten. That looks like what it's reaching out to
Just be cool. Ace,
shake,
be cool.
and it is
Mhm.
firm enough that you
Mhm.
can shake hands. You do kind of go in a little, just it has a little bit of give, and your hand is wet, and it's not from the nervous sweats that he's currently has.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a hell of a handshake. I really respect that in somebody. Do you own this establishment? Do you live here? Do you just rent? You know, that's
I've been. I'm don't know what that word means. I have been staying here for a little while now. It has been a very interesting place that you have here.
Isn't it?
Where
Isn't it
where
though? Isn't it?
where I'm from, these things aren't solid and unmovable.
And
Like, look at
where are you
this.
from again?
Like, look at this, and it reaches down and picks up a piece of wood. It doesn't bend over. Its arm just kind of stretches out to reach up to pick up a piece of the wood, and comes back and see, look, and it barely moves as the being takes the wood and moves it, and you can kind of see it have a little give. This is not nothing is like this where I'm from.
Where is that?
I believe you would call it the void.
Oh, sure. Void. Ha,
Yeah,
we all love the void here.
my
It's our
understanding.
favorite. And what brings you here? What caused you to leave the void?
I saw an opening and I went through it.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a
And
fascinating place you have here.
isn't it though? I like it too. But the problem is not me, but there are other people out there. He just gestures vaguely out into the world. That not thrilled about this whole situation, and we're hoping, maybe wondering, even pondering if heading back into your particular dimension through the hole in the rift or whatever that you found would be possible. If we could do something like that, if you could leave.
I mean, I'm certain I could.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't particularly want to.
Well, what
It's there's so much of this place that I've yet to see, and I quite
it's
frankly,
boring. It's there's not, it's like this is pretty great, and then you get like 15 feet away from it, and it's just the same. It's what would we have to do? Is there something that you would make you maybe consider heading back to that wacky old void?
well, here's the thing. If I go back,
Uh-huh.
I don't know when the next time I will find an opening to come through is.
Sure, sure. Schedules are hard. I feel that. I totally understand.
I don't like to be constrained by a particular location.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, where is the that entry point? Where was it? Where is it that you came in through?
It was on the from where you entered this dwelling. It was on the opposite side of it, close to the stream. I do like the
It,
stream. It just kind
so
of
it's out.
flows and goes as it travels.
Oh, so it's outside out here by the stream. Would you mind? Could I convince you to show us? We'd love to see it, because here's the thing: you've never seen our world, and we've never seen yours. Fascinating. So,
To the people outside of the house, the muffin is now on dry land, kind of like this is a little stream, a little puddle runoff going up it towards the house. I don't want to go back towards that place. That's not, as I said, it's boring. There's nothing
could I
there.
make some sort of a manipulation roll to try and talk this person out into like come up with some sort of great excuse to uh get us out there towards the rift, and maybe someone could figure out how to push her in.
I got that.
Yeah, see, I know I could count on you, Sybil.
All right. You certainly can. If you would
Okay.
like to, what would you, are you using persuasion or leadership?
I 6 of one, half a dozen of the other for ace on that. I think I'm gonna go with leadership and, yeah, and manipulation.
Okay.
7. All right. That is 1. 1 success.
2 because you were empowered.
Ah,
Yes.
Hell yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
All right. So what do you say to get her? You're trying to get this being to come out of the house
You know,
and to the riff, or are you just trying to get them out of the house at this time?
out of the house at least
Oh, okay.
at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Towards the rift. That's the ultimate goal. I want to know where this rift is. You know, it's like I said, I totally get what you're saying, where you're coming from. The idea of wanting to see the world, see things. And me and my friends here, we're world travelers ourselves. But you know what the thing about being a world traveler is? You so rarely leave your own world. You're so busy traveling around it. So I was hoping maybe if you could show us where your rift is, we could I think we'd just love to get a look at it. Just a look.
It is a vast nothingness, but
Mm.
that's why I like your world better. There's things to see.
Well, grass is always greener and all that. He starts spouting other
Well,
similar similes.
of course, grass is always greener here than it is in the void. We don't have grass.
He finally kind of like leans back to Sybil. I'm freaking out. So, does
Be scared and do it anyway.
okay, cool. Yeah, I think I can. So is that a no? Because if you
Oh,
can't
yeah,
do it,
I mean, and if you would like to see it, I'm perfectly willing to lead you
That-
to it.
that would be great.
I'm slightly confused because you seem like an intelligent person. Is that the right word for your kind person?
Oh, I thought you meant intelligent. People don't usually use that word with me. But person, yes, person's great.
Yes,
Person
yes, you seem like an
rooks.
intelligent person. And you're capable of
You're a
finding the
flirt, is
rift
what
on
you
your
are.
own.
Uh-huh. Oh,
But
well,
as I'm happy to lead you to it if you really do want to see it.
I'd love to get a
Yeah.
look. Yeah, that would be great.
Right. Um, so it begins moving towards you since you're still standing by the door.
Oh, well, I'm
Now
yeah.
it doesn't walk. There's isn't leg movement. The demon attempted to do legs, it just doesn't think to walk with them, and so it just kind of glides along the ground.
It's cool. It's cool what you did there. I love that. Love your work. Love what you bring to the table. It's great stuff.
You people with your, it is quite fascinating how you move on those legs. This is, I believe they're called.
They are called legs. And I'm so glad you bring that up because it's just you don't think about your legs, you don't appreciate them until they're gone. And you never even had them. So that's just you're helping me appreciate the little things.
I figure I'd be polite. It might be, in this form, it's more comforting for you to communicate.
It's so considerate, very considerate. Consideration and politeness goes a long way in this world. I'll tell you.
As the muffin makes its way up to the door, and kind of the demon comes out at the same time, and the muffin just kind of goes up the body and into the mouth area.
Awkward because it also has an arrow in it.
The arrow passes through just fine, but this demon seems to eat the muffin. Just it's not the muffin just kind of eats around somehow. It's not like
Oh, this is uncomfortable to watch.
its jaw doesn't function as ours does, so it just kind of like morphs. For those of you who have seen Terminator 2, that type of kind of smooth liquid movement around the muffin, and then off the
Ugh.
mutton, and then the arrow just kind of drops.
What do you think? So
Thanks.
we got the baker right here if you need more of
Yeah.
those.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was certainly a new sensation. What do you call those things?
That's
Elias, you want to introduce yourself here? To I just didn't even get your name.
You can call me Aquina.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Great.
French? Never mind.
What is this
Thank you.
French you speak of?
Don't worry about it.
Squishy. Squishy. It's squishy.
You know, I think Elias might be a little
Preoccupied.
preoccupied right now. So
Okay. Mhm.
these are muffins, or what we call
Muffins.
those. So
Mhm.
let's like walk and talk.
Squish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know what? So right. You're so right. Absolutely.
Zephyr, it's squishy. Squishy.
Yes,
So
Les.
with the
It's
that rift you
squishy.
mentioned is over here next to the stream, by the stream, is the stream. I'm lost.
When we pass by Elias, I'm gonna hold out my hand and whisper, "Give me another muffin," or something else.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna like keep the muffin like hidden, at like pocket it or put it in like a pouch or something like that. And yeah, I'm gonna let us keep walking.
The path is
Squishy.
the path
Path is
is
squishy.
not a kind of a straight walk, and it is kind of difficult to follow this being because it doesn't follow normal um, rules of physics. There's a tree in its way, and it just kind of morphs around the tree and continues moving.
Can I try to throw a mini muffin into its back while it's like past me?
Yes, you can.
I do so.
Okay, give me an athletics and dexterity roll.
The right page here. Athletics and dex. So 5. Okay. Come on. Oh. Oh, you have. If I could move my camera, I'd show you. That is 3 10s.
I'm so
Right
glad.
where we need them. Right where we
Yeah,
need them.
exactly. I'm so glad where we
I-
say
Perfectly.
it is
I-
dramatically appropriate.
As the squishy, and I shall call him Squishy, and he shall be my squishy. And as my new squishy moves past me, I will start like pulling out, and I will toss the first one. And when it hits the back and kind of gets absorbed in, I'll like light up even more as if it was possible. And I will just keep doing it like every now and then and watch as it moves up.
So
Just
on the first one, it goes and it does as he says, it kind of hits the body and it goes kind of in and then comes back out and falls to the ground. And as far as you can tell, the head doesn't turn, but it just kind of shifts. Like if its face is here, it comes through the head and comes back out, and the head is now in the back of the head. Face is now in the back of the head. It just kind of looks at you and is like, "What? Why? You could have just handed that to me."
Yeah.
Forgive them. They lose their manners there.
They know not what they do.
People here are rude. It's one of the downsides of living out here. I gotta tell you. It's.
I
Hey,
mean,
Zach, I'm going into the house to see if I can find the missing hunter while they're off attempting to shove the demon into the rift.
And
I
then
take the muffin that fell out of it and like carefully pick it up and put it in a little vial and seal it up and put it in my pouch.
and then speaking of rude, I noticed that like everything is just wet. Are we walking through you? I don't want to be rude or anything like that, Like, is there like generally like we stay pretty much in one place. Like I can't spread out like you can. If we're walking on you, I would feel like
Yeah,
horrible.
that is perfectly fine. You're not walking on me. So I've composed myself into this shape so that I am not. I do have
And
limits of how far I can spread out. I do things stay wet after I touch them, but it's not.
Mm.
I don't. I don't stay behind.
gotcha. Thank you so much for clarifying that. That's really, really good to know.
I'm not one of those like oozy things that I saw. That was rude. That thing was rude. It didn't even talk. It just tried to consume me. And
Oozy thing?
it was like an
Ooze.
ooze. Yeah, it was like an ooze. It had a
Where?
body kind of like me, but it didn't talk. It was quite rude. It just, yeah. Anyways,
Where was it?
oh, it was on the other side of the stream, up by where this starts going into the mountains.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, thank you so much for the heads up because that is really rude that they didn't talk to
Yeah,
you.
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, it stopped moving when afterwards. So I guess I don't know how that works. Um,
I'm taking samples of the wet dirt, the wet wood, the wet pine needles, anything that this thing may have they've left behind. I'm just gathering like evidence, and I got I gotta look at this later. So much knowledge, so much to
So,
learn.
Mirabelle, inside the
Squish.
house, you do find a bag that would have you looks very much like the one that belonged to Tomas. The bag itself is, clearly soaked.
Can I do a tracking roll to see if I can find him anywhere in the house? Like any other bits and
Yeah,
pieces? of him?
give me a tracking roll.
All right, and I can use ranged combat for that, correct?
Yeah, so you can use range combat on this one.
Hell yeah. Let's go. All right, 3 successes.
Okay. Um, you're able to determine that this bag was brought here. It wasn't something that he wore into this house and was caught off guard. There was no sense of a struggle. This is something that somebody carried, but there's no indication that it was him that carried it.
I don't know. We have a very curious demon. All right, well, I'll bring the bag back out.
You're looking inside the bag?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You would think that if this demon had gone through the bag, the contents of the bag would be as soaked as the outer layers, the outer protection. Um, the insides of the bag has, a med kit that is not completely soaked. It might be a little bit damp. It has some tools. Again, not nearly as wet as anything else in this house. There's really no indication that this demon had gone into the bag.
Right?
All right.
You just had it to have it. I get it.
All right.
I mean, I'm
And
gonna bring it back out and show the others, like, well, our demon apparently got curious, but not curious enough to go into the bag.
is there anybody who did not go with Ace and Aquina to the rift? Is there anybody that stayed behind with Murbelli?
Oh, I am sticking close to Ace.
Zephyr is also going with Ace and Sybil, but they're not saying a lot right now.
All right. So
And
Mirabelle, are
Elias and
you
Mirabelle are staying behind, I think.
okay?
Sorry, it's muted. I am staying behind with
All right.
Mirabella.
Okay.
because I'm gathering stuff, and by the time Elias looks up, they're probably off on their way. So
Okay.
just kind of look around, realize Mirabelle's in the house. So I'll stick there. Splitting the party.
Okay. So, so Mirabelle and Elias, are you going to go after them with this new information, or are you going to wait for them to return?
Probably best if we wait. I don't
Okay.
want the horse to get taken.
Fair.
Instead, I'm doing forensic science inside the house on everything this thing touched, which was probably pretty much everything. So
Yep. All right. So Ace, Zephyr, and Sybil, you follow this demon, and it extends what passes for an arm, and this is quite viewable at this point. As you've been getting closer, the sky's been getting darker, but has also been kind of turning to a kind of a deep off purple color, um, one that is unnatural for the sky. The woods has gotten darker, and you can see this gate doesn't seem that big. Kind of juts out from the ground right near the stream. So there it is. Feel free to take a look. It has been a pleasure meeting with you. I do have, some other things to attend to.
What other things do you have to attend to?
Mainly not going back through that.
That I just feel like, we would just need a demonstration of some kind, just how it works. It's just a step through, step in kind of situation, or does it get complicated more than that?
As you've seen, I don't really step.
Yeah, sure.
So-
Yeah, turn a phrase. Yeah.
So you're more than welcome to see if you can just step through yourself.
Is it? But it's.
I passed through it. I passed
I'm not
through
sure I
it.
see it. Is the thing. I'm not sure. Could you just? He's got to try and manipulate it into getting closer. just real quick. I know you're busy. We're all busy. I get it.
So complications can come in various severities. There's minor, medium, major. If you want to convince this thing to get any closer to that gate, you will have a major complication to overcome.
That's what 3 successes that would need to be overcome, or
In addition to the difficulty of getting this being that does not want to go through that
right.
and
How
is
close? How
intelligent
close?
enough to not get close enough.
Right.
It's done what it said. It brought you to show you where it is. But it's not fucking with that gate.
How close is it to it?
To the gate right now, we'll say it's
Yeah.
medium range.
Medium range. Okay.
As there's a lull, Zephyr just kind of looks. A question, if you will. You said you can only extend yourself so far on your own accord. If part of you was to be separated, could it then rejoin the rest of you, as water can rejoin water?
Could I split a part of myself off and have it returned to me?
Yes.
I hadn't
After all, once I
really
separate,
thought of. Oh,
you know, Ace, maybe. Well, of
Hmm.
course, we need to close this gate to prevent anything like those horrible ooze things or things that might come through. But
Yeah.
like you mentioned, Aquina, you don't know when the next one could come up. So the choices are either be stranded here in a new world that's exciting but alien to you, or be back home. What if we could do both? What if I offered, in exchange for you to return, to carry a piece of you throughout the world for you to learn and experience? Willingly,
go
and to
on.
return it to you when you may so call. After all, my magic ties the waves into the storm. I know of your aspect as much as anyone here could. I travel. I see interesting things. After all, I am speaking to such a grand individual such as yourself. But there are people that may not appreciate you or what you would like. There may be people that would want to just use you or just try and destroy you. But if
That
you
is,
bless me with a piece of
yes, I ran
yourself,
into one of those people that tried to destroy me. Uh, she had older looking, and she just goes in to describe Luvia, the woman that you healed, to a T. Um, older woman. Yeah, she tried to attack me. She tried to make a bargain and then went back on it, and then yeah, um, ran off when she didn't wouldn't stay up to the deal. But this is interesting. So basically, I leave something with you so that I can come back and be wherever you are.
in
Um,
exchange for returning home, I will keep a piece of you with me so that a piece of you can experience the world. And when the time comes that you wish to recall it, all the experiences, memories, emotions, knowledge, and any information that it has gained in the travels with me, you will get to experience yourself. You wish to experience this world. Allow me to give you that opportunity to do so safely.
I love that. That's beautiful.
yes.
Zephyr is sweating fucking bullets right now to anyone who's curious. They saw that portal and how small it was. They looked at Sybil and they said, so how does one shove water? This
Yeah.
could get messy.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that absolutely works. So yeah, do you have a? I'm assuming Zephyr brings out a container of some sort for.
Let me see.
Where would I?
Yeah, they'll
Where would I stay? Where would I be?
for now, and they'll hold out their focus with the bag with the shark teeth. We can work on something more transparent so you can properly see, but for now, this would be your best.
So it reaches out. Um, Even if that bag is sealed, it finds a way to get some of it in there, leaving some of it behind and pulling the bar back. I'll be able to see so much more because I won't have to, pretend I can just, be there. So, thank you. Yeah. This is absolutely, works for what I would like to do.
I can't believe we got water calcifer.
Now, I hate to rush such a wonderful moment, but I am afraid that this does mean that the parts of you that are not with me will need to return.
Of course,
So
of
that way you may
course.
be safe. This area can be put to proper order.
It's moving a little slower than it had been, but it does make its way towards the gate. As it goes through, you can see the gate closing, becoming smaller. There's about a fist-size gate that still remains open, though. As Elias dumped earlier, using expending soul would be able to close. You can tell as the gate is closing, it is something that the area effect around the gate is weakening, is diminishing. So it certainly isn't as strong as it was, but it is not completely closed, as the demon that came through it when it opened has not completely returned.
But we can force it closed without having to get
Right. So any one of you can, and if one of you want to use since we haven't really, it's not really on the sheet and we haven't really discussed it or really had a chance to use it, I'm sure it's not going to harm you to use one of your 4 energy to finally
I will
close
help
that.
with
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
All right. So the gate closes up, everything, kind of the sky returns back to normal. It's still wet. It doesn't immediately dry up. And I'm guessing the 3 of you return back to the house.
Yeah.
Yep.
Zephyr waits for everything to calm down, compose themselves, and immediately stress vomits off to the side.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
Oh. Oh.
I'm assuming Ace is probably going to be about the same.
Just about like just shaky, kind of just wibbly wobbly.
I am so Sybil's battle hardened. She's gonna just be there like rubbing their backs, be like, it's okay. It's okay. You guys had this. You had it the whole time. I just had to be support,
Zephyr, have you ever considered a career in sales?
Yeah.
I'm considering that I'm happy to be alive at the moment.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Me too. Me too.
Okay. A deal with an ancient water demon to show them the world and to keep them satisfied with knowledge. Great. Well, I guess there's worse deals to make, yes?
By the time we have to deal with it again, we'll figure out how to actually take care of water. I don't want to say anything too much.
So
They're still with us.
yeah, I'm not even gonna bother to make you roll with it now. What you have done, and you are well aware of this, you have plenty of intelligence and esoterica. You have made a pact with this demon, which means that
There it is.
you can call on this demon and bring them back through into Everin from the void at any time of your choosing with a successful roll and expending a little bit of magical energy.
Did we make friends with a demon?
I think we did. I think we
think
made
we
friends
did.
with a demon.
And we found evidence of the person we were looking for, so that's something.
Ah,
At least we have evidence.
They mentioned those strange ooze things, yes?
I'm assuming we might
Now
find
is the
something
time
there.
when we go get backup. Because we've now closed the portal.
Yes.
Now we go get
Yes.
backup.
Yeah,
So-
that's legit.
We
Um,
made friends with a ancient water demon. You're carrying around a part of an ancient water demon to show them the world. We have saved
Let's
this
not say that
general
too much out
area.
loud.
say this general area, and the word of my magnificent muffins has passed into a completely new dimension.
Oh,
How
wow,
much
yeah.
better can this get?
Elias, your muffins are now otherworldly.
Mhm.
They're
Ah.
they're dimensionally famous.
Sybil, I'm buying when we get back.
Oh,
I want-
absolutely.
I want you guys to know this went so well, and I feel so good about how it went that back at my storefront at Aces Apparel, I'll be offering everyone here 5% off.
I will cut you.
Well,
Ace,
considering how much
your silver tongue is beyond brilliant. Zephyr, I love you. I do.
well,
Should we leave?
I think we
I
should
think we
leave.
should leave.
I think let's go get it. Let's go get that drink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5%.
Have fun, guys.
well,
As they leave, Zephyr doesn't react at first to Elias's admission, but as they get out of the cart, just a slow arm goes around them, around the shoulders, and pulls them in closer.
Aww.
aw. And you get in as you pile into the cart and head back towards town. With 15 minutes remaining in the stream, we're not going to. I figure this is a good time to end it there. And we'll leave it as a mystery as whether or not Ace's Apparel is still standing when you get back, since Luvia, the woman who who brought the backpack of the gentleman you were looking for to the demon's house and got in an altercation into the demon, headed south after you had left her.
Swear, if there is a single baseball cap, it'll be hell to pay.
Must, yeah, that we can go with that. But thank you everybody for watching. This has been At the Gates.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you to my
Yay.
Yeah,
wonderful
thank you,
everyone.
players for the wonderful story of going through and dealing with the shenanigans that I threw at them. For those who are interested in At the Gates, I am now posting a link to the ash can. This tale does come from the ash can. I have modified it a little bit for the stream for various reasons. We're going to give everybody a chance to go around, say who they are, talk about, promote what they're going to be on next, because we got some time, and then we'll raid somebody or something. I don't know.
Hell
I'm not
yeah.
doing the text, so I can't back up that statement definitively. I'm just guessing. All right. So we're going to go around now that I'm actually looking at the stream. We're just going to go around in a circle from the stream, and we're going to start to whichever direction that I point and how it looks up on the stream. And because there's a delay, I don't know who I'm actually pointing at. I am pointing at Elias.
Well, you modified it a little bit, and I think we took it the other 20,000 leagues in a very different direction.
Very good.
Yes, thank you everybody for coming in. My name is Heather Ashcraft, again known as Valley Girl Heather from Valley Girl Designs. Again, I am a TTRPG and live action designer, writer, creator, and streamer. You can find me on the old currently on the Old Ways podcast in the 6 Seasons of Sartar campaign. I play Lysana of Cliffshield. You can also find me on Trollord Games, Castles and Crusade, Saturday morning, when we actually have on Saturday mornings our Jungles of Inclunade campaign, actual play campaign, and also on Symphony Entertainment from time to time. Those are the best places, or you can find me on most of the socials under either Valley Girl Heather or Valley Girl Designs. Or come to Origins in this next week, and you can find me running my 3 original scenarios for Star Trek, for Heck and Good Doggos, and for Psychic Kids through Lurking Fears, or I'll just be around the con. So come and find me, say hello. I'd love to meet you.
All right. Zephyr.
Hi everyone. I am Minty Bow. I've had the wonderful pleasure of playing our accidental warlock Zephyr. You can find me on Twitch here. I stream mostly just weekends, sporadically with stuff like Monster Hunter and all that. You can find me on Twitter at it's MintyVitch, but fair warning, 18 plus only. And you can find me around with some other channels doing tabletops every now and then, and just keep an eye out for where I might pop up. Before we continue, let's give a wonderful round of applause and appreciation for Zach here for running this. I've
Yay.
never
100%.
I've never played this system before, and I am so happy with the first session for it. And I want to thank you very much, Zach.
Yay.
And that's it for me.
Hi, I'm Jax, Jax Romana or Jacqueline Brick. I'm starving because I only had blueberries to eat today, but you can find me at most places on the internet as Rufflejax. I really enjoyed playing at the gates. I wasn't sure how much I was gonna like it because JRPGs and I have a spotty history, but I really enjoyed the various slice of life things and the fact that we did not have to kill a single thing this session, and that made me feel
Hey.
very good. So thank you guys for playing and for running, and I had a great time.
I think that's me. I'm Crystal Mazer. I am a RPG writer and designer or developer, and you can find me on all social medias at Body and Soul 152. I am the co-host for Darker Days Radio, where currently we're doing deep dives on certain horror RPGs. Our current one is Old Gods of Appalachia, but we also have Cult coming up, as well as the Black Ballad. So come and check us out.
My name is Phil Keeling. I'm a writer, sometime game developer. You can find me on most things either at Phil Makes Monsters or He Makes Monsters. You can find me on the Pixel Lit podcast, where we talk about video game novelizations. Every other Saturday, I stream on Onyx Path's Twitch channel, Meet Your Makers, where we meet, talk to, discuss the people who make the games that we love so very, very much. And you can get my first book on Amazon and wherever other fine books, wherever books are sold, doesn't matter. It's called Juice. It is a horror novella with a lovely wine slant. So that's me.
Once again, my name is Zachary Naldra, he, him. I can be found on many places on the interwebs at Zach Rules. It says my name, my at below my face somewhere. I'm pointing down. If you didn't see that, if you do not see me at, if you're on a social media place and you see, don't see Zach Rules, if it's Zach Ruiz, that's because he got there first. It's nothing against him. Try Zach Rules Dice. If that doesn't work, then I'm not on that platform. That's what it comes down to. I am a freelance and community content writer. The companies that I've written for, if you take their initials, it spells hot. And I will be on the Scion Once and Future actual play coming up in like an hour and a half or so, if
With
my
me.
math is right. Which means I can get something to eat that isn't a microwave dinner. Yeah. And with that, I think we're going to wrap this up. Would like to thank our tech guru, James, for making this
Yay.
look,
Thank you, James.
making us all look great
Aces.
and making sure that you can hear us. And with that, if we are able to rate out, we will, let me see, we'll rate out to one of the channels that are doing something with, there's a couple options that we have. We'll figure it out. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.